Hi, I'm JT Burcham. Welcome to People and Projects, Hope 100.7, 88.3, The Light 93.7. Today's interesting person is Jill Kingston of Brigid's Path. Jill, welcome. How are you today?
I'm good. Thanks for having me.
Thank you so much for being here. Now, I don't know much about Brigid's Path, so I'm going to learn along with everyone else. Let's start getting to know Jill first. How long have you been at Brigid's Path, and what was your path to get there?
Sure. In 2013, my husband and I started fostering, and every baby that came into our home was substance exposed. I had two little babies at one time going through withdrawal, and I felt a calling to do something and help. What I saw happening in the hospitals was the struggle as babies went through withdrawal, but I also in our own home raising the babies and then working with children's services and then the families and seeing that there wasn't a lot of help for the babies and the families going through this. And so I just felt a bigger calling to do something. And in 2014, we started the journey to open Ohio's first newborn recovery center.
Interesting. Okay. So you have opened Brigid's Path is yours. It's your labor of love, I'm guessing. Yes.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. I am the founder, but I've had amazing people come around me to make sure that this happens and keeps going.
Yeah. Neat. Yeah. Okay. Now, Brigid's Path, you talked about at-risk children. So talk to me about the services Brigid's Path provides.
Sure. So typically, we serve babies with neonatal absence syndrome. So what that means is when a baby is in the womb, anything that mom puts into her system goes into baby's system. And so we help babies get through withdrawal from substance use, either prescribed medication or drugs that are used illegally. And so when that happens, typically a baby goes into the setting of a neonatal intensive care unit to go through that withdrawal process. At Brigid's Path, we created a special unit for babies to go through that withdrawal. And it's a very home-like setting, quiet sounds, quiet atmosphere where babies are loved and rocked and cared for by an amazing medical team of nurses. And we have neonatologists who oversee the medication and everything that the baby's going through.
Interesting. Okay. So how do folks find your services? Is it through a hospital or do they find you on their own?
Different ways. So the other big part of what we do is we wrap around mom. We help support her and dad and the family. We say mom because that's most often who we're walking with, but we wrap around her. We have social workers that help her move forward from wherever she is in her life and whatever she's facing. And they find us all different ways. Sometimes it's just word of mouth. Sometimes a hospital makes a referral. And sometimes it's children's services that they are involved with a caseworker at children's services who calls and says, we have this Brigid's Path where you can go to, you and your baby can help heal together.
Yeah. I don't know how much you can share, but physical location, you're obviously in Ohio somewhere.
Yes, we're in Kettering, Ohio, just
Nice.
south of Dayton.
Okay.
We are the only newborn recovery center in Ohio, and we were the second in the United States. And there's a total of 5 newborn recovery centers in the U.S. right now.
Wow. That's absolutely astounding.
Yeah.
5 in the U.S. and we're the second.
Yep.
You were very visionary.
I was called to figure this out, and we're still figuring it out. It's still, since it never existed, and I work with the other 5 newborn recovery centers, and we're trying to figure out how to stay sustainable and support families in a really holistic way.
Yeah. Wow. Neat. Let's talk about sustainability. So how are you funded?
So it took us about 11 years, but we were able to amend the Social Security Act at the federal level to allow newborn recovery centers to get reimbursement through Medicaid. So we do have about 30% of our costs is covered by Medicaid, and the rest we have to raise the funds through donations and through grants.
Okay. I'm guessing it would seem like your clientele is just a little more specialized than the average neonatal, I think is the correct term. Yes. Um, are there grants and that kind of thing available that you can get, or is it really the hearts of folks just sharing the load?
It's a mixture. Luckily, Ohio has been very supportive and has figured out ways to offer grants to us to help. And then we have some amazing donors who just have a heart for seeing families be together, seeing babies heal through this, and really breaking that generational trauma that our mamas have been through.
Yeah. Okay. Now, since I understand that you are the founder of the first, I think you said the first in Ohio, the
Yes.
second ever, you picked the name Brigid.
I did.
Path.
Yes.
Tell me the story of Brigid's Path.
So when we were first looking for a name, we were looking for something to guide us. I'm Catholic Christian, and when we looked at the saints and who's the patron saint of what, and we looked for who's the patron saint of newborn babies, and that's Saint Brigid of Ireland. And so that's where Brigid comes from. And then path comes from Psalm 25:4. Show me your ways, Lord, teach me your paths. And this, as you know, as we were beginning this, is show us the path and how we can serve these families. But then as families come through our doors, show them a new path in their life. So that's where the name came from.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. So you've been on a journey.
Yes.
How many years did you say you've been doing this now?
So 11 years.
11
we've been
years.
working on this, but our doors have been open for 8 years, just over 8 years.
Okay.
And we've served over 330 families. Wow. And continue to watch these amazing families thrive just by having someone walk with them and love on them and be there as their support system and help them. And so it's amazing to watch a mom come who may be lost, who has been through trauma in her own life, may have had been one of these babies herself, and just doesn't have anyone that can walk with her and show her a different way. And to watch them walk out of here with their baby and with a new path in their life, it's beautiful to watch. Yeah.
Now, when you mention funding and folks do donate, folks can donate. Yes. Is there a website where folks can go to donate and learn more? Yeah.
Yes. We have our brigidspath.org. Okay. You can go right there and donate. There's also a place to, if you want to come in for a tour and see the mission in action, you can fill out the form on the website to come in. If you have a group of people that want to get together and come in and see what we're doing, we'd love to show what we're doing. It really, it just changes people's perspectives. There's a lot of stigma around addiction and what our families go through. And you walk into our building and just see the love and the amazing things that are happening here. So we welcome people to come and visit. And we really appreciate the donations because we can't do it without the community surrounding us.
Yeah. Your ministry is one of those that I just always think, I cannot do that. I'm a old 50-year-old guy who just, but I appreciate what you do very much. Thank you so much for picking up your mission and doing it. I love that.
I appreciate that. But we have our baby cuddlers that are 50-year-old men that come in and just rock babies, and women, everybody. But we have baby cuddlers that come in, and you could do it. You would love to sit there and rock a baby.
Yeah, well, yeah, okay, thank you. Let go of my arm, Jill. Let go. I'm teasing. What? Okay, so I hear you saying you're one of 5 in the nation.
We are.
What do you see ahead for the services you provide? Is it growing? I hate to use the word struggling, but I mean, is it tough? Is it easy? Do you think it's going to get better? Where do you see, what's the state of the union for your type of facility?
Sure. So right now we're really struggling with the sustainability part because Medicaid does cover a small portion, but being able to support an organization 24/7 with medical staff is very expensive. Sure. So that part is a struggle for all 5 of us. We continue to work really hard at the federal and state levels to increase that funding through Medicaid and through other areas in both federally and the state. But as far as families, is that there's a lot of, with the opioid epidemic that happened, you don't hear a lot about it, but we still see the trauma and the struggle that families have from that. And so we know there's still a lot of need out in the community for people to walk along with them and help people through this.
Yeah, interesting. And you did mention volunteers. You do accept volunteers, yes?
We do. We do. And there's quite the demand to be a cuddler. Okay. And so, but there's other opportunities too. We need volunteers to help us with fundraising. We have events and we have, different church groups that do things for us to help support us. And then we have administrative help too, that you can volunteer and help that way. Yeah.
Yeah. Very cool. I don't know that I'm running out of questions. What should I have asked you? What else is on your heart that maybe I haven't?
Sure. So we're getting ready in April to bring back an event that we have called Grow. That'll be at Southbrook Church on 7:00 on April 24th. So anybody, you can go into our website and get tickets for that. Or if you have a business, we're looking for sponsorships. We also have family events. So people often ask, how long do you stay with the families? And we still have connections with our families who are our very first baby. So we have Christmas parties. We have our Easter egg hunt coming up. We do about 4 or 5 events a year for families. And we always look for sponsorships for that as well, because we always need support and volunteers. So there's lots of opportunities to get involved. And most of all, what I love to ask people for is to keep us in their prayers. There's, the stigma of addiction and what our families are going through is often brushed under the rug. And we're trying to shine a light on it and show that there's healing from it. And there's, growth, and people can change their lives, and they just need someone to walk along with them. And that's what we're here to do.
Well, and I'm guessing that change in people's lives is probably greatly enhanced by their trip down Brigid's path.
Yeah.
I think you probably helped them quite a bit. And it's so neat that you're still in contact with folks who've been through your program from the very beginning. I love that.
Beautiful.
If I ask you success stories, you could probably fill the next few hours, which we don't have.
Right.
But there again, I just love what you're doing.
Right.
Keep up the good work.
Really appreciate it.
Again, that website for folks to learn more, maybe volunteer, maybe donate, maybe hear about special events and get involved. One more time. It's
brigidspath.org, and it's
That's so
that. It's a BRIGIDSPATH.
That does help, yes.
It is, because it's Brigid. People think it's bridges, like a bridge that you walk on, or the Brigid. So yeah, Brigid.
Brigid's Path.
Yep.
Yes. Well, Jill, thank you so much for your vision and getting it started and keeping it growing. Thank you for putting Kettering, Ohio on the map, doing good stuff. That's so awesome.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I appreciate it.
So encourage folks to get involved, and Jill, keep up the good work. Thank you so much for sharing today. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Yep. Thank you. You too.